Hello everyone. My name is Katarina Lundgren from Mimir Center. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about learning wild. I'm still recovering from COVID. So this is me going out in the... I live in the countryside in Italy right now, and this is me taking a small walk in the evening to get going again. We have an upcoming Learning Wild in Poland in end September. We've done Learning Wild in Scotland and in Italy. And I wanted just to share a little bit about what Learning Wild is or can be. Our Learning Wild circulates around for living horses, ponies. Often we go out to look for living horses, to observe them at a distance. Sometimes we meet horses who are more used to humans, and though we are cautious to keep the distance, sometimes the horses approaches us, which is fine, of course, their choice. We still make sure we maintain us and do not really interfere or disturb them. That's part of it. Watching for living horses, learning about for living horses, learning about how they live, what they do during their days, how they raise their small, all kinds of choices they make. And of course we learn about the environment and other animals they meet, and often they live in areas where there are predators. So a lot of the things we learn about fair living horses is hugely important, and we can bring it home and we can apply some of it to make the lives of our more domestic or tame or captive horses at home, to give them a better life. When we understand more about how a horse live, when they can make more of their own choices, we can also change things in the environment for our horses. So it comes closer to the environment they kind of are evolved and developed to live in as a species. So that's one part of it. And when we do talk, quite a lot of science. What does science know about horses? What does it not know? And etc. But a huge and important part of this is also you. So because we're all different people and we go out here and observe horses and we observe their environment, and we will all see different things because we have different backgrounds and we are different people. We're all humans, so as a human we are also a species, we are also an animal, and there are species-specific traits for humans. So some stuff we do kind of similar, all of us. For example, many of us shout away verbally, which horse it doesn't, of course. But then we have our individual differences, and though they can be seen at the surface a little bit, it's not so much about that than it is about you getting to know yourself. Who are you who are observing? Which kind of is where our component of mindfulness enters. So mindfulness is a lot about being self-aware, being able to listen to yourself, being able to gauge what you need, being able to look inside of yourself, being able to observe your own thoughts and emotions and etc. So you can use mindfulness to get to know yourself and to understand who you are, who is observing. And then you would also see that you are actually not an observer. You are part of the environment. When you enter something, a situation or a context, you become part of that environment. And even if it doesn't feel like that to you, but you might be new in the environment. If it's an environment you're used to, you will feel more at home. You will feel more part of it. But even when you enter a new environment, you are actually part of it. So you become part of what impacts the horses, for example, but also the rest of the environment. Many people seek this connection with nature, to be and to feel part of it, to be not in nature, but be nature. And we will talk about that too. And my idea is that that component kind of is necessary for us to care about the nature around us, that we actually feel that we belong in it and we are part of it. Makes it easier for us to care about it, or care about the other beings who live there, etc. So as you can see, there are different components to learning wild. It's not just a course where we go out and learn about feral living horses. We will not only observe behaviors in horses and discuss these behaviors, we will also observe ourselves, and we will observe the environment, and we will sit with things, and there will be some processes, and we will talk about things. And all this, for me, has to do with how we choose to see the world. So there is this saying from the book The Little Prince, that what's important in life is invisible to the eye, can only be seen by your heart. So that's part of why we call this learning wild your heart. And our hope is that it will help you in a personal developmental way. Many people, as I said, have this longing to connect or reconnect with nature and something more wild inside of us, and be part of something, feel that we are part of the natural world, which sometimes we have a hard time doing because we are stressed, and some of us suffer from trauma. So this course is a mix of different people coming. Will walk away with different things, maybe seeing the feral living horses, or learning about them, or learning about yourself as an observer, or observe yourself being in a more natural setting and thinking about how you are part of nature. Which part of this will influence you the most, I cannot know. But we will facilitate all of this, and no part is more important than the other. And these courses always develop differently, even if they have a core. And we have, of course, some things we will bring up, a program, depending on who is coming and what the weather will be like. And if you are in Italy, Poland, or Scotland, or Mongolia, or Sweden, or wherever we are when we do them, they become different from each other. So I'm very much looking forward to the Polish course in September. And if you have any questions, I will put the information in the comments or below here, or in some text around this little video, for you to reach out and ask your questions. So thank you for listening, and I hope I see you in Poland soon. Take care.